Ah, yes. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. This is a completely different game on a completely different system. This is Gilbert, your friendly LP here, and today we're starting Phantasy Star Online. But not just any I'm sorry, not just any Phantasy Star Online, but the original Phantasy Star Online, the original Dreamcast game. So I've already taken the liberty of deleting an old character that I was never ever going to play ever, I figured out what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna hop right into it. Now this is the original opening, the one that really sucked me into this game and really made me excited to play it. So let's sit back and watch. The Pioneer Project, a plan born of desperation, conceived in response to the imminent destruction of their homeworlds. Now this text is a bit fast, so I actually wrote it down. I'm reading it from that. As plans for the evacuation began, unmanned probes were sent to deep space to find a habitable planet. When a potential site was discovered, the first interstellar transport ship, Pioneer 1, was sent to establish a colony. Pioneer 1 confirmed that Planet Ragol was a suitable location, and the initial colonists started preparing the planet for the first wave of Western refugees, beginning with the construction of the central dome. 7 years later... Gee, there's just so much, and it goes so fast. Pioneer 2 completed its long voyage with the main wave of refugees aboard. But as Pioneer 2 entered orbit and opened a communications link with the central dome, an enormous explosion shook the entire planet. All contact with the thousands of men and women of Pioneer 1 was lost. I really have to say, that is a pretty cool ship. I always thought that ship was pretty cool. I really, I liked the look of it, and I saw that opening. I was like, oh my god, this has to be the greatest game ever. And while it wasn't the greatest game ever, it was certainly up there. So here we are. You have your. I had forgotten what this screen looks like. Honestly, I was actually surprised when I saw this. I was like, wait a minute, is that really the original character creation screen? And I'd completely forgotten because I just played so many other versions of the game. I'd gotten used to their selection screens. This one's not as good, but it's interesting. So here's the Humar, Hugh New World, Hugh Cast, Raymar, Raycast, Raycastle, Fomarl, Phonum, and Phonu Whirl. We're gonna be going with the Phonu Whirl. Hugh is for Hunter. Ray is for Ranger, and Foe is for Force. So we'll go with a Phonu Whirl. Phonu Whirl, Force plus Newman. TP/technique usage equal to 4 Marl. Defense is higher, but HP is lower. Weaker in close range combat. Now just to... Yeah, I don't know why Mar is somehow equal to human, but... don't worry about it. I try not to think about it too much. So anyway, we'll go with a Phonu Whirl. This is the character I created originally. I'd read somewhere, it might have been in the book, that phone forces were for advanced users, so I got all Defiant and made one of those. So you get the character customization in this game, I mean, you have to remember, this game came out, jeez, it might have even been before the year 2000. I'm not actually sure. The default date when I plugged this thing in was 1998. I don't remember the exact date it said, but yeah. So you have so the character customization for the time was freaking incredible. So we're gonna go with that face, and then we have a bunch of different hairstyles, which the Dreamcast has to load in. Yeah, I'm playing this on a Dreamcast, by the way. The controller is awful. The system is obviously quite dated now, but even at its time, it wasn't really all that great. So we'll go with that hairstyle. I'm not going to change the color. I'm fine with that. Have our different costumes here. Yeah, I liked the blue one, and that's ultimately the one we're gonna go with, so we'll go with that. You can change your skin color. I originally went on the original character. I went with the lightest skin color. I didn't realize at the time how freaking pale that was. So we're gonna go with the number 2 skin color, and it looks darker than it really is in playing the game. So. And then proportion. This is probably the best part of creating your character. Was fucking with the proportions. So we'll just go like something like that, I think. Whee. So yeah, it looks pretty good, right? And then character name. Now I already went through this, so I know exactly what I'm gonna put. All caps, unfortunately, so it's kind of like I'm shouting. And the name is not going to be the best ever invented, not the most imaginative, but it will get me something I want that I didn't have when I originally played this game. Oh yeah, auto, by the way, if you've already went through the entire process of creating your character, you selected your skin color and all that stuff, yeah, I am gonna go with 1 just for then don't hit auto, because that will rewrite everything you did with a completely random character. And so we've gotten the section ID of Pinkall. Now section IDs are important. They determine what item drops you get. So you gotta look that up. I'll let you look that up for yourself if you aren't familiar with them. But section IDs, unfortunately, are not something that stayed with the series when what was it? Phantasy Star Universe came out and that kind of thing. Anyway, so obviously at this point we can't play online anymore. The servers have long been shut off and repurposed, or actually the servers that the original Phantasy Star Online were run on are probably in a landfill. So I mean, I hope they're not in a landfill somewhere. I hope they were recycled properly, but they're probably not active anymore, like even used anymore. So we'll have to play offline, but that's okay. Offline is kind of the point. This game was designed, unfortunately, or fortunately, it really depends on your point of view, to be played online. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all the offline quests, the offline side quest story things, before I finish a certain area. And more on that in a second. Are you Maria Dream, the Force? I'm Principal Tyrell. I sound like an epic douchebag. Yeah, I won't do voices. Or maybe I will. Let me know. Do you like the voices? I'll do voices for now. We have a bad situation. We need to act quickly. Did you hear about the explosion on Ragol? Very well. Pay attention and listen to me. We've lost contact with Pioneer 1. We have no idea what has happened. We've sent unmanned search units, but communication seems to cut off near the surface. What happened on Ragol? What occurred on Pioneer 1? Are the people on board still alive? The Council made a decision to send a manned search team. You are a skilled force. We need your help. We have no choice. We need a place to settle on. And could you? No, it's nothing. Never mind. Take care and good luck. All right, so that's Principal Tyrell, and he calls us a skilled force, even though I'm like level fucking 1 and don't know jack shit. But hold on, first, before I talk to anyone else, I'm gonna go ahead and say message speed and turn that up to the very fast. I don't know why they started on slow, because it affects your affects the way your menus pop up too. It's kind of crazy. Well, let me brief you on your mission. Once you're on the surface of Ragol, check the status of the residential area. Checking the status of the central dome is a good idea. A transporter was launched earlier. You can go down to Ragol directly from the city. It may be a little risky, so please be careful. That's all. ... Excuse me. Oh, sorry. No, nothing. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, come on. This is just between us, okay? The principal's daughter was on Pioneer 1. After that explosion, he's been constantly worrying about her. He can't even sleep. This is a personal request. If it's possible, find out what happened to her. He isn't in a position to ask you such a personal favor. Red Ring Rico, a famous hunter and a top scientist on Pioneer 1. Rico's his only daughter. Please look for her. Yeah, so you've just been asked to search for a famous hunter, Red Ring Rico. I'm not going to talk to everyone, because we don't have time for that. Screw these guys. Seriously. So yeah, this game is going to look very dated, but you got to remember, for its time, it was freaking incredible. And even now, it's still actually fun to play. They really did a good job with that. So we have our basic starting equipment: decane, some monomates, some monofluids. TP is what we use for magic, and HP is obviously for health. And then we have some Meseta, which is our cash. It's our scratch. So these are the shops. This is my Techer. He will identify items that are blue and have question marks by them. So that'll help out there. So here's the weapon dealer. We can't use most of this stuff, obviously. It'd be nice to, but geez, MST needed 114 to use a wand, so I'm not going to bother buying that, because that's going to take a little bit to get. This person will let you buy more stuff. You can buy Zond. I'm not going to buy any more techniques for now, because I'm Pinkall, and Pinkall is really good for finding, well, I mean, technique discs and stuff. And here is the weapon, or the armor guy, so yeah, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to save my money for now. Being a force is extremely expensive. So, now, embarrassingly enough, when I first started this game, I had no idea how to get down to the area. I thought this teleporter here was how you got down to fight, and it just kept taking me back here. I was getting so pissed off. I was like, where the fuck do I go? And I went into here, into the medical area, where they'll heal you completely for like 10 Meseta. It's like super cheap. It's awesome. I went into here. I didn't notice this door here, which opens up. I went into here, which is the Hunter's Guild, which is where we'll be starting our quest. And then I did eventually find this spot in here, which is the main teleporter. Forest 1. So I'm going to be doing all the quests for the forest before I move on to the caves. So we're going to start in here, and I will take my first side quest next time on Let's Play Phantasy Star Online, and I hope you enjoy this this next LP. Alright, see you guys later.